So before we get in, guys, I just want to say thank you for being a part of the channel. Part of your support enables me to get stuff like this, to do big videos. I view this as a big video because we're really going through the history of 3 major companies that changed not only animation, but American culture. We have DreamWorks, we have Blue Sky, and we have Pixar. Let's go. And let's get right into it, my AKA Padders. Welcome back to the channel. Peter A. DeLuca here. It's Saturday. And on Saturdays, can I even talk? I just like to showcase, I like to present, I like to just let you guys know what's been on the tip of my brain throughout the week. It's animation. It's a little bit of a piece of animation history. We're going to go through 3 books that lay out this animation history. And here's the wild thing. This history is already gone. It's already forgotten. We love videos like this because even in modern history, things get memory hold. We hold the flame. We are the shining castle on the hill, as Reagan used to say. Guys, drop Ronald Reagan references whenever you can. And if you're new here, if you don't know who I am, if this somehow popped up on your feed, well, welcome. I am Peter A. DeLuca, aka Pad69, and known throughout Philadelphia, PA, Europe, and the vast multiverse as your eclectic one. We do a lot of cool stuff here. We do live streams. Today, let me just, here, put this down. We have some really cool animation books. This is to Infinity and Beyond. The story of Pixar Animation Studios. And you might say to yourself, Pete, Pixar, they're still going. No. This is pre-Disney Pixar. Pixar was solely independent from Disney outside of distribution at this time. Everything here is independent. Let me continue. The Art of DreamWorks Animation. Now, DreamWorks one time was solely, especially DreamWorks Animation, solely independent from Paramount. Paramount came in, they bought up the company, they kept the animation guys going, which is very good. But, again, long ago, so long we've all forgotten it, DreamWorks was a solely independent animation studio. Now, we're going to get into some of that. These are thick boys. And to wrap it up, I bought this with no cover. So let me just, here. The Art of Blue Sky Studios. And Blue Sky was, here we go, independent. They had a deal with Fox for distribution. And then the Walt Disney Company comes in, buys up Fox, and closes shop of Blue Sky. This is solely independent work. Now, this is independent work with very high stakes, millions of dollars, lots of technology, and creativity and artistry, 2 things that we absolutely love on this channel. So join me, let's hit the drawing table and just remember what it was like to be independent in American animation. Let's go. Good morning and cheers, aka Padders. I need some of that coffee today. Give me 1 second, because this is a rather large, heavy stack. But there it is. This is what I view the history of American animation phase 2. Phase 1, you guys know, will be cell animation. And we'll kind of start with what we're all most familiar with. To Infinity and Beyond, the story of Pixar Animation Studios. I gotta tell you guys, this is insanely affordable. And I want to pull up this camera as high up as we can go, because these are large format books. I even got to get rid of my coffee. I love the insert pages here. It's a nice wallpaper pattern, and you guys can see it goes all the way up to Cars. We have the Invincibles here. Really cool stuff. I mean, I wish I knew some of the character names. Like, right, like, it's, I forget this guy's name from Cars. Who's the forklift guy? Quick flip through. But see, like, this is why, I mean, I get it. We can get some of these things in the Art of Pixar Cars book, but it's really cool when they include anything that looks like it's a tactile drawing, meaning pencil and paper. But yeah, it goes all the way up to Cars. And there's something so interesting in here. And I'm sure so many of you forgot. So, Pixar started as Apple. It was an Apple company. Steve Jobs. All of that. And they have the check here. I mean, isn't it a shame what happened with John Lasseter? I know he's heading the Netflix side of animation. But this guy, I mean, he's Academy Award winning creator. He won for a short film. And these are like the original, like this is what Pixar was at one point. Geometric shapes that they were able to map. Like, it's almost like they map it in such a way that it becomes like, like a complex mountain bridge. And then we have the Genesis sequence from Star Trek Wrath of Khan. So, like, you guys can already see, like, these books are invaluable. This one is cheap. It's affordable. It's on Amazon. See, look, the inspiration. You guys know how much I love Tron. And you guys can see how much I've read this one. This book is almost falling apart. This has been in my library for quite some time. I got it for Christmas, like, so long ago. But so Steve Jobs comes in and he's like, "Hey, I'm going to give you guys some money. I'm going to invest." And they have the check here. Here it is. The Bank of America check that Steve Jobs funded Pixar through. And they did commercial work. They, like from early on, they had Luxo the lamp. Right, and Luxo, it is, I know if you go to the Disney parks, Luxo is represented in a little bit of the Pixar area. I think around Toy Story. I believe so. I'm not 100%. But it is tragic that Luxo is not really at the forefront of everything Pixar, just as an icon. And guys, I remember this Listerine commercial. I remember the Gummy Lifesaver commercial. Like, this was early Pixar. They were a commercial enterprise, like literally commercial. Then they got into short films. But guys, look at these drawings, these sketches for Buzz Lightyear. Like, you want to say, even here, if they made these into kind of like PVC figures, like this order here, if they did just all the different variations of Buzz in this fashion, they instant sell out. And then, we get into Toy Story, and Toy Story changed everything. So they go from like Lucasfilm. It's the path of this company really is insane. They go from Lucasfilm to Apple to Disney. And you really want to say it's because of this guy. It's John Lasseter. I believe, is that Pete Docter? That should be Pete Docter here. Oh no, that's Glenn Keane. So guys, Glenn Keane, if you it's good to know some of the animation names. Glenn Keane is the greatest hand-drawn, like, cell animator, paper animator of all time. The Beast from Beauty and the Beast and Tarzan. Disney's Tarzan is Glenn Keane. He used his son's skateboarding footage as reference for Tarzan, and that's why Tarzan moves the way he does. This one is fantastic. So let's get into the next one, which is going to be Blue Sky. You guys might be less familiar with Blue Sky. And you guys can see we have a similar insert artwork here. Let's showcase a bunch of the characters. Now, there are some things from Blue Sky I'm not like that I'm not into, that I haven't watched or experienced, such as Rio over here. But if this is Rio concept artwork, you kind of want to say this is impressive, right? I mean, anyone could have this in their portfolio. They would have heads turning. But the origin of Blue Sky, and I haven't mulled over this book as much as I should, it's really these 6 individuals, and each one, this is almost like the Avengers. And Chris Wedge, I believe Chris Wedge is right here. He's the traditional animation guy of this front. And we have like a technology guy, we have a great CEO, we have a great marketer. It really is like this assembly of individuals that were like, we can do this, and we know we can do it in a way that no one else is doing. So part of what they do is Blue Sky develops fur technology. And look, we see, look, Alien Resurrection. You guys know how much I love Alien Resurrection. They develop fur tech. Fur tech is, and guys, Scrat is one of the great all-time animation designs. So they develop a story around fur, which is they get Ice Age. And you guys can see, look at some of this production artwork. I mean, we're using watercolors, we're using pastels. I mean, look at the expression. Look at, oh my God, really high-end stuff here. And these guys came out of the blue. I remember when Ice Age hit theaters, it became like a must-see movie. And through the merger, isn't it wild? You have a generation of people that grew up with Scrat, who I believe got his own series, 5 Ice Age films, and short films. Scrat really became as synonymous with computer animation as Toy Story did and Shrek. But yeah, they made a bet. They had success. Having early success in these ventures is absolutely critical. We won't see that in our next in DreamWorks. DreamWorks struggles a little bit. Robots, I remember the Art of Robots book used to be in the hundreds. I believe, I think it's come down to $40 or $50. But look at the artwork. I love you see this, and you kind of imagine the artist like not picking up the pen like at all. Really cool stuff. I love the character design. I mean, look at the character design for robots. Ewan McGregor did the voice. That was a big thing at the time. But I think this one fell a little bit flat. And look, we have, so these aren't storyboards. A lot of people, I know a lot of you out there will say these are storyboards. These are mood boards. These are just the impression. So we talk about this, and maybe we have something like a different video, like a different comic book video coming up just from this. But AKA patterns. When we go through comic book artwork, and let me see what I have. If we have one of these Tomb Raiders around me here, any issue of Tomb Raider, here we go. Any issue of Tomb Raider 27. When we flip through Tomb Raider, so you see how this is purple? And then, boom, golden brown. Then it turns blue. So a lot of times, and look, we're in monochromatic here. A lot of times when we read comic books, we don't realize that what happens inside of these pages, the colorist, this is where the colorist steps in and is very important. That same feeling of knowing we're transitioning through scenes, time, all of it, right? Different environments. They do it here. I don't see any comic book creator or even colorist do this. I think if you hire a colorist for American comics, they should provide you with this. They should go through the book and within 10-15 minutes provide something like this to the publisher. Publishers should demand it, and just because, and I'm realizing it now. I'm addressing. I think I'm addressing something for the very first time. It should be a common practice. We all know it's not, but this is where it's important to understand the creative and the production process, not just for what you're into. Like learning about procurement, learning about scheduling, learning about technology. It helps. Learning about time frames and how long things take. All of this stuff rolls into professional production. Scrat goes to heaven, gets the acorn. This one is absolutely phenomenal. Now, this is one of my, they had the movie Epic. I think this book is up there. I never seen Epic, but wow, it looks great, doesn't it? Yeah, Epic. Look at that. I mean, guys, if you have this as a poster, and you have it nicely mounted, and you have this investor, you have a meeting of what you want to pitch to people so you can get money, and you have this as your backdrop, you will get wherever you want. Yeah, Continental Drift. I can't speak of. I want to say there's 5 Ice Age films, right? Don't they meet the dinosaurs? This is awesome. And I know Rio got a sequel. Oh, cool! Look at the graffiti for this. I am curious about Rio now. I mean, look at the congested city. And look, it goes all the way up the hill. Yeah, I'm curious about Rio. Maybe we'll do that for the Film Buff podcast. I think it's on, Blue Sky, right? Like all of this should be integrated with Disney. I don't know what's on Disney Plus in regards to Blue Sky. But isn't it amazing that they do these things? They find a way. Dr. Seuss failed to be like these live, like with the Mike Myers, the Cat in the Hat, and the Jim Carrey How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Dr. Seuss failed at becoming like a live action adaptation. They tried. I love both of those movies, but Blue Sky came in and they found a way to milk Dr. Seuss, to get something out of these Dr. Seuss books. And Horton Hears a Who was it. Wow, this is great. Is there an art of Horton Hears a Who? Can I say it? We have to attribute a lot of the modern day Dr. Seuss market to Blue Sky. And with this type of legacy, I was about to say, with this type of legacy, look at that expression. It's tragic that Disney just cut him off by the head. Because you want to say, I think 2 of their last 3 movies were financially there. I think they had like a spy movie that I think Will Smith did the voice for that. And here we go. We have the big kahuna. So this is insane. Forward by Jeffrey Katzenberg. Jeffrey Katzenberg, he's the guy behind 90s Disney animation. So when they formed DreamWorks, they said, we want to do cell animation. And here, I think one of their only books that I have, and there's a reason why I have, look, I still bought it for 75% off. And look, isn't that glorious? Guys, buy the damage books. Who cares? The Prince of Egypt. The reason why Prince of Egypt is absolutely important. During the rise of computer animation, the success of Bugs Life, the success of Toy Story, DreamWorks Animation said, we want to draw. We want to do meaningful animation. So they did the 10 Commandments. It's such a ballsy, it's inspiring, and it's one of the reasons why I love The Prince of Egypt, because it just takes grit to make this into a musical. Period. Like so it's great to see this in the forward, but we open with ants and AKA Padders. I'm sorry, newsflash. Ants is better than Bugs Life. Oh, look at these black and whites. I just like seeing the pen at work there. Like you can just imagine the markers at work. Ants is better than Bugs Life. If you're into story, this is the one to watch, and this is Memory Hold. Prince of Egypt. Look at that. Look at this. So I want to say, like, this style here, like, did this guy do work for Lucasfilm? I want to say in some of the Art of Star Wars, the episode 1 in particular, Road El Dorado. So a lot of these AK Powders, we do animation on the weekends. Animation Saturday, Animation Sunday, to celebrate the time where you woke up, you got that cereal, you plopped yourself down, you put the TV on, and you got Saturday morning cartoons. We profiled Road to El Dorado. I was slightly aware of it. I kind of knew, like, I think Kevin Kline and Brad Pitt are the two voices. This blew my mind. This was such a purposeful movie that wasn't meant to be for children. This was like a crossover movie. This was supposed to get the interest of adults. But look, guys, look how these guys are all gassed. They're swinging for the fences. 2000. Let's just go back to, guys, 1998. In this short time, we have a stop and go animation. We have 2 cell animations. And then we have ants. I mean, talk about diversity. Disney wasn't even that experimental. Then here we go, Shrek 2001. Everything, right? They're hyping up a new Shrek movie right now. Everything changed with Shrek. Everything. You can say what you want about Toy Story. You can say what you want about that early Pixar success. Shrek became a shockwave. And Shrek 2, better than Shrek 1. Look, isn't it cool? He's got, look, the smoke coming out of his ears. I don't know if you guys can see that. Nice detail. I think that's a detail from the children's book. But then, guys, look what they do. See, I can just do early DreamWorks all day. They do Spirit. They do a full feature on the birth of the West. This one is great too. This is so underrated. And look at the artwork, guys. Tell me that this is underrated. Oh, Sinbad. So Sinbad's the one that has the voice of Brad Pitt. So all of this, guys, like I think they made money with Chicken Run and they made money with Ants. They lose money with Sinbad. But guys, look at all of this. Isn't it scary when these companies change hands and they close down offices? Like, what happens to all of this? Like, what happens to the artwork and the archives? Shrek 2, here we go. What did I do? I didn't skip one, did I? Yeah, I skipped Shrek 2. Okay, we were in Shrek 2, I didn't realize. Wow, some of these sections are short. Look at the early Puss in Boots. Puss in Boots, a spin-off, still going to this day. Shark Tale got Martin Scorsese, Will Smith. Martin Scorsese is one of the voices for Shark's Tale. Dare I say, there was a time where Shark Tale was playing at my house more than more than Finding Nemo. Shark Tale is there. Madagascar, and then here we go. The second hit machine. Madagascar gets what, 3 or 4? The Penguins get a spin-off. They get their own Nickelodeon show. I just like this chunky hand style. Like very angular, like very economic. Wallace and Gromit, Curse of the Were-Rabbit. Doesn't quite hit. It is good though. So DreamWorks interfacing with art and animation. The reason why it was important is that it gave these guys an avenue to it's almost like we have your back. You guys can create. You guys can continue doing what you're doing. Because institutionalize, like you want to institutionalize some of these studios and animation houses just so they can keep going and what they know can get passed on. The industry grows with that type of capital investment. Over the Hedge, another huge investment. Look how nicely drawn of a flatbed this is. Flushed away. Well, so we're just going through Bee's Life. We're just going. I'm sorry, you guys caught me just going sequentially in order here. I'm supposed to be highlighting this book. This is supposed to be a little bit of a short video. Where is Megamind? Is Megamind in here? I forget what year Megamind was. Yeah, they have to. If they have Mr. Peabody, they have to have Mega. Yeah, the snail one. What? I have yet to see that. The Croods, another franchise. Is this like the Guardians? Yeah, the Rise of the Guardians, where it's all the holiday characters. Right here we have like Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny. I guess someone here is the Tooth Fairy. I haven't seen this. This was another art book that jumped in value. I'm just looking for Megamind at this point. I think we got it. Here we go, guys. Megamind is underrated. It might be the most underrated of anything, because again, if you Megamind versus Invincibles, the Invincibles or Incredibles, the Incredibles, Megamind is hard not to watch over the Incredibles. It's so much more of a superhero universe. It's more wild. It's just so much there. I think the character dynamics are there. Megamind is it's there. And then, yeah, Kung Fu Panda, yet another giant franchise. The giant franchises that came through DreamWorks. Yeah, How to Train Your Dragon. It's like I'm almost forgetting. There's just so many. They really hit a stride. Monsters vs. Aliens didn't do well, but it is fantastic as well. This is really good stuff. I don't know, AKAPADers. I was always DreamWorks over everyone. I get it. They got sold to Paramount, but this run here is absolutely historic. Pixar got so much of the attention because they had this 10 film hit streak going. I don't know. This is awesome stuff. I'm not even sure what some of these are. I think this guy's from Home. What is that? What is that? Again, if this is a figure, it sells. If this is a toy, if this is a vinyl collectible figure, this effing sells. I know the Art of DreamWorks Animation is up there. They just come out with a 2 giant volume slipcase of the Art of DreamWorks Animation. That retails for $200. I know this one's around $100. The complete blue sky with the dust cover. This is around $50, but this spiked up at one time. The only one that's been affordable for the entire stretch is this guy. To infinity and beyond. And now, don't get this mistaken. When you search for this one on Amazon, you get some of the other nonfiction books that are about the industry and the process of Pixar. One's called Imagination. That's also really good. But guys, Happy to do this with you. This is a video. I had back burners for quite some time. It's such a relief to introduce all of you to these books.